Hey, this is the exploratory data analysis assignment. I went ahead and copy and pasted the instructions on here. And I went ahead and also imported the libraries that I needed and loaded the data set. And now for question 1, examine the data types in the data set. Is there any variables that need to be converted or cleaned up? Okay.
I found this on the web.
Now I'm going to go ahead and print basic info. df.info, df.head. Okay. From the looks of it, I might have to clean up the request timestamp and drop timestamp and turn that into date time format. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Clean. From date time. Import date time. Then I'm gonna separate request timestamp into 2 columns. Request date and request time. So I'm gonna do eight. And I'm gonna do the string split to make the 2 columns. So and so these are going to be the 2 column names, request date, request time, and then we're going to take the information from request timestamp, string dot split, and we're going to identify it with the space. So it's going to split this column into 2 columns based off of this space between right there. And then I'll do the same thing with drop timestamp. Make into drop date in drop time. Oh. Same thing, except rename those drop date. Drop time. Drop timestamp with the space in between. Then I'll change all date and time columns from string types into date time format. So I'm gonna do EF for each one. So request date is equal to ed.to underscore date time. Let's date. Date first. It's true. That was request time. Drop date. And drop time. Okay. Okay. Um, so these are now turned into date time. And I'm also going to go ahead and print the data. So now we have request date, request time, drop date, drop time. Now what we're going to have to do is make all the dates into the same format, all the dates and the time in the same format. And then we'll eventually drop these two columns. So let's go ahead and do that. So convert dates to month, day, year. And we're gonna do the date time dot strf time to be able to convert that. So if request date is equal to EF request date dot et dot strf time. And we're doing it percent month, date, percent year. And we'll do same thing with drop date. And then we'll also do time, and we're going to do request time, request time. Then it's going to be hours, minutes, and then AM or PM. Do the same thing with drop time. Okay, And then I'm going to remove both request timestamp and drop timestamp columns. And to do that, I'm going to use the drop function. So df equals df dot drop columns equal to request timestamp, comma, comma, drop timestamp. Print that to see what we get. Okay, so it's been switched to date time. We dropped the original 2 date time columns and made them into 4 separate columns and yeah, okay. All right, so next question, question 2. What is the average number of requests per day? Okay, so I'm going to create or count the number of occurrences by creating a pivot table. So oops for duplicate, df dot pivot underscore table index is equal to request date. Our function equals guys. Right. Oops. See what that popped up. Okay, so it pops up exactly what dates are under the request date column, which should be the same as request or drop date. And it looks like there's actually only 5 dates in this data set, and these numbers tell you exactly how many of